today's video, we're going to work on this.
No poop
We're only
July
going to do the
by
intro
BTS
hook,
Dance
and that's
Challenge.
all.
Some treat it like a joke, others take it seriously, and while it's giving users hundreds of millions of views, it's also infuriating.
Alright, so we're going to make a new composition and type main, then hit OK to create a new composition. Make sure it's a landscape. So I'll hit Ctrl Y to make a new background, and I will import this screenshot image that I have into a new composition. From there, I would like to make or single out each image from this screenshot. So one thing I'm going to do is that I will click on this, then go to the rectangle, around the rectangle, and make a mask around it. So when I'm done, after making the mask, all I have to do is hit Ctrl D to duplicate, then hit M to bring out the mask, then hit delete. So when I press here, you're gonna see the screenshot. So now in this same layer, I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. So first, I'll go to my rounded rectangle at the top, then let me bring this down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to make my mask here. So I'll start from the top, then bring it down below. Okay, we're going to do the same thing that we did in the first one. So I'm going to click it, duplicate it, hit M and delete it. So I'm going to do the same thing for the remaining two. So at this stage, I'm going to fast forward as you know the deal. Okay, I'm done. So right now I have this screenshot. I'm going to drag the same screenshot into the second one because I need a total number of, I think, 6 or 8 pictures, I guess. So I'm going to do the same thing because it's on the same image. When I try and do a mask right now, like doing this, you're going to see what is behind the image, but don't worry, just do like that. It makes it perfect to know the exact size you like to mask. So we're going to do this the same thing here. Then from there, we'll go to the same image and show you how our screenshot is looking like. Okay, you see. Then we're going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate. So we Ctrl D to duplicate, we hit M, then this same M, delete, and okay. So I'm going to do the same thing for this one, and the third one, and the fourth one. Alright, so here we can see each image that we have created. So what I have to do is hold shift, tap on this image and drag up to. I'll hit Ctrl Shift Alt Y to create a null layer, then select all the images I drag to the top and point them to the null layer. So I hit the pick width to the null one. Hit P for position, then line this below the images at the bottom. So I'll do the same thing for the second set. Hit Ctrl Shift Alt Y, create a null. Then pivot to the null 2, then hit P for position, move this to the left to make it perfect. The images are not well put in the composition, so all you have to do is after aligning this, we're going to hit S for scale. Reduce the node for it to fit the composition. So I'll make it 80. Okay, 90 is okay. Then Hit S for the second node to reduce the size. So I'll make that one to 19. Okay, I guess this is okay. So let me just fast forward and make it perfect. Alright, so I'll go to animation composer 3, then I have to look for an animation to animate when the images will come. So for instance, I'll take this screenshot now. Then go to key. Alright. From there, I'll change the angle from negative 90 degrees to 0. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, I forgot. Make sure you hold Control and double tap the pound icon to anchor the image to the center. So I have to do the same thing for the rest of the image. So Control, double tap, Control, double tap, hold Control, and double tap, and then all of them. So I can select all these images, then go to this animation, then hit in all of them, make this 0. So if I'm to play, this is how it's going to look. So I'll tap on this right arrow to stagger the images in ascending order. So I'll set the anchor points to the center of each image. From there, I'm going to use the same animation composer, then stagger the images. Make the angle 0, then we are done. Move this slightly to the right so that the top layer will start first, then followed by the down layer. So think this is okay. Alright, so we are done. So we'll go to the main composition, then I'll go to projects. I'm going to drag the screenshot that's created into this timeline. Hit S to. So I need a background in this composition, so I hit Ctrl Y, then type BG, then drag the BG to the bottom. Look for the background. Yeah. So I'll later go to my main composition, create another background, and I think it's perfect. Align it to the center. Alright, so I'll right click, go to new, then go to camera. Yeah, so I'll hit OK, then OK. Make this a 3D layer, and I'll pick this down a little bit. Alright, to create my text, I hit Ctrl T, then I'll make a hashtag, then type. Alright, by the way, this is not sponsored by CapCut in case you think I'm sponsored by CapCut. But if CapCut is watching,
You know where to find me.
okay, whatever. So now I need to create an animation for the text. So I will still have to go to the animation composer, then look for the perfect one that I can use. So I will choose, let me drag it, I'll choose this, then hit in. So now let's play it. Alright, this is perfect. I'll drag the camera to the top, then I will do some alignment. Right now I have to go to my project, create a new composition, make it hashtag. I would have a hashtag PNG, you can find that online, then drag it to this composition, scale it down by pressing S. Right, so I would like to create a background for this, so I'll create a rectangle background for the hashtag. So I'll drag it to make it fit. Okay, this is okay. Then hold Control, then double tap the pan. I'll drag the background down, then I'll align this one to fit perfectly centered in the background. Alright, so I'll go to Effects and Presets and type Fill to then change the color to a little bit harsh or gray. Yeah, a little bit gray. I'll do the same thing for this one too. Go to Effects and Presets, or I can just go to the top. Alright, so okay. So from there I hit OK. So now we have to create a region of interest. So I hit this, then make a square around the hashtag. Then go to composition, then go to crop chrome to region of interest. We go to our main composition, go to project, then drag our hashtag to this composition. Hit S to scale and decrease it to a smaller figure. So 40 is no, I'll do it 30. That is okay. So no, I'll scale it down to 20. Perfect. 25. Perfect. Right now what we have to do is hit T for opacity, make a keyframe, then go back, then set the keyframe to 0. Set or hit F9 to easy ease. And now let's play. Okay, perfect. So we would like to shift some of the keyframes and take the camera to the top. I want to increase the size of the scale of the background behind the hashtag. Now I'll have to start with the camera movement. So to start with the camera movement, first we're going to hit the camera, then we'll go to transform, then make a keyframe of the point of interest and position, move a couple keyframes forward, then set the keyframe for the position and the point of interest. We go back, then we hit these two, then we're going to zoom in. But wait. I didn't do something. I forgot to do something, right? That is, but supposed to make everything 3D. So hit 3D for here, there, and zoom in. So right now what we want to do is we're going to make the background a 3D. We will later select these two to move it slightly in the. So we'll press U to open the keyframes. Then I'll delete this. No, not this one. So Ctrl Z to undo. I'll have to delete the one from the start. So in this keyframe, I'll just have to zoom in. Right now, what we want to do is to align the CapCut exactly to the center of the composition. So I'll have to bring it down here. and you see there's a cutout in the background, so we hit S to increase the size of the background so that it will cover the whole place. So right now this is okay. So we'll go back to this tool, then zoom in a little bit into the name, then use this tool to align it perfectly to the center. From there, I'll select all the keyframes, then go to flow, then go to apply for this graph. All right. Now I'll just shift the layers and fit the timing of the video. So yeah, let's see how it looks now. Okay, it's looking good. I'll just drag this keyframe to the right. Okay, now. Alright, so I'll go to my projects, then go to my voiceover, drag it to the timeline, and now let's play.
CapCut is more than an editing software company.
Alright, so I'll just adjust the keyframes a little bit, then we are good to go. So we'll do Ctrl+Shift+Y to create an adjustment layer. Then in the effects and presets, we'll search for vignette. We'll set the angle of view to 62, then we'll make the amount 140. Let's make the angle of view 40. Alright. In the same effects and presets, we'll type optics compensation, then take it to the okay, we'll leave it here. Alright. So in the field of view, we'll make it 40, and make sure you check the reverse lens distortion, so give it this curved style. Ctrl+Y for a background, then we'll make the background black. Alright, then we'll hit the left bracket, then hit D. We'll set the opacity to 0, all the way to 0. Then we'll make a keyframe, move it to a few seconds, then make it I'll have to make it 80. Alright, so we'll select all the keyframes, hit F9 to easy ease.
Software company with their template bringing in millions of.
Alright, this is okay. So we'll go to our projects, then I would like to create a screenshot, but I already have a screenshot here. So we'll Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V into our main composition, then we'll use the left bracket. So we'll have to align it a little bit, but we would like to use center align this vertically and horizontally, and shift it a little bit to the left, and we'll do the same thing for the one at the right. To let it move smoothly, hold shift to let it slide smoothly. So here you hold shift for it to slide vertically with the mouse that you are dragging with, of course. So I'll bring this one close. Set both of the screenshots and hit P for position. We hit the keyframes of both. They'll move a couple seconds in. Then we would like to I'll select this keyframe. We'll go back, then with the first screenshot we'll move it to the right, and with the second screenshot we'll move it to the left. So we'll select all the keyframes and hit F9 to easy ease, but I will go to my flow and hit apply to give it a smooth
with their templates bringing in millions of views to content create.
So I'll just stretch it to the right then. Well, okay. So right now, what I would like to add is create an adjustment layer by hitting Ctrl+Shift+Y. So in this adjustment layer, we'll go to the effects and presets, then type Gaussian blur, So the custom, I'm going to set a keyframe. So first I'll hit the stopwatch, then move a couple frames in, then this, okay, this is, let me do it, then make it 20. So let's
Templates
play
bringing
it.
in millions of views to content creator.
Alright, it's good. So we'll set the screenshots all to 3Ds in the composition. Then so we'll select all the layers above the camera to below the camera.
Their templates bringing in millions of views to content creators.
Alright, so I'll go to my project, then I'll go to where I copied the screenshots from. I'll make a duplicate of the first screenshot, then hit M, then I'll delete. Already have the 2 screenshots already, so we need a couple more screenshots for the next scene. So I'll take the one at the left, then the one at the right, but I'll have to increase the width of the composition first. Alright, so we'll do the same thing that we did. We'll make a rectangle on the first one, then we'll duplicate, then hit M, then delete, then move to the second one. So we're going to do the same thing for all the images. Alright, so Control K we're going to increase the size of the composition by 1920 1080, then hit OK. And we will, since the anchor points are not at the right place, we'll hold Control, then hit the pen behind too. So we want to create a background, so we hit Control Y for the background, and make the color of the background, set it to white, hit OK. So right now we want to create a camera, so we'll go to layer, new, then we'll go to camera, press OK. So right now what we must do is to make sure that all the layers are 3D. So we go to toggle switches and set all of them to 3D. We'll later take the camera to the top. So right now this is how it's going to look, each screenshot. We don't want one to be together, or we don't want it to be actually I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. I want all of them to be vertically aligned and separated, so like this. I'm going to drag, hold shift and drag. So we do the same thing for this image, hold Control and double tap the pan behind too, then we'll hold shift and drag to the right. So right now I'm going to set off or turn off all these things one by one. So after this, then that, and the final one. So we get this. So right now all we have to do is to animate the camera. So we go to this tool and zoom in, then use the other one to make it like this. No, I told you that if there's a cutout like this, all you have to do is go to the background and hit S and scale. Yeah, background. So we'll scale like this. So I'll go this, then
we'll make a keyframe of the point of interest and position and move a couple frames in. Then we use this same tool and move the composition to the right. After that, I'm going to select all the keyframes and hit F9 to easy ease, or you can use your flow keyframe. Now if you play this, how it's going to be like. So right now we want the images to leave the scene, so we're going to hit P to set a keyframe. So I'll make a keyframe here, then move a couple frames, drag it to a little bit to the front, and on the y-axis I'll drag it down. So there, I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of the images. After we select all the keyframes and hit F9 to easy ease, and we'll do the same thing here. Make a keyframe of the position, move a couple frames forward, then on the y-axis we drag it down, then hit F9 to easy ease. So I'll do the same thing for all of them, and this is how it's going to be like. So it's all going to be, all the keyframes are going to be at staggered ascended B, or in ascended, or in ascending order, I guess. So this is how it will be like. So I'm going to select all the keyframes that I have made, then I'll go to flow and hit apply for my 60 speed. I would like to adjust the keyframes a little bit by, okay, I won't do that. So I'll go back to my main composition, then I'll make a keyframe for this position for it to leave the screen. So we'll copy and paste the ending keyframes, then move a couple frames forward, then we will use the x-axis, move to the right and this to the left. So this is where we are going to place our other composition inside. So I'm going to drag the screenshot that we have here into the timeline, then we use the left bracket, we hit T for the opacity, then make a keyframe, move a couple frames back, then set it to 0. You can choose to select all and hit F9 to easy ease. So let's see how it's going to look. But alright, so right now all we have to do is adjust it a little bit by moving a couple frames forward and set this thing as a 3D. An adjustments layer. So I will hit Ctrl Shift Y for the adjustment layer, then we'll drag it to the top. So if we go to the effects and presets and type optics compensation, we'll set the view to 15 and make sure you check the reverse lens distortion. We'll tap on the left bracket to shift the adjustment layer to the right. So I'll go to the screenshots and make some few changes and some just a little bit changes. I just want to select all the keyframes and make them. So we are done. I would like to thank you guys for staying to the end of this video, and please subscribe because I'll be posting more of these gems. So this is what you get.
CapCut is more than an editing software company, with their templates bringing in millions of views to content creators, and continues to make them hundreds and millions of views.